Hello everybody, Tyrone the Guy 3 here, and welcome back to Pokemon XY&Z Reviews. Today we'll be doing the review of Episode 6. This episode is titled, Welcome to the Ninja Village, the Legend of the Hero Greninja. This episode, man, this is definitely a step up from the past, 3 or 4 episodes we've been introduced to so far? Yeah, I want to say 4 episodes we've been introduced to, because we had a good episode 1, obviously, with Pony-chan and everything, and Team Flare. And then after that, it's just been, So for 4 episodes, it's just been, But now we finally have gotten an episode worthy of watching. And it definitely changed our views when we watched it too, because I watched it along with KG and John. So I'll be sending links to their channels so that you can check out the commentary, because I know KG has recorded, so we'll be able to show you all our commentary. Check that out, because I sing the entire X and Y and Z opening. Not with the lyrics for lyrics, obviously, but with my own take on it. So that'll be kind of fun. I thought it was pretty hilarious. They thought it was pretty fun. So in addition to the commentary, you get that as a nice little treat. But the episode itself, man, I gotta say, this is definitely a step up from the past episodes we've been seeing. A lot happens so fast, but it's still potent enough for us to take it all in and allow me to give a crap about it. Normally when things happen really fast in anime, it's like, well, hold on. You zoomed by all of that so fast, there wasn't time for development, there wasn't time for me to I guess, saute in the events that happened. But this was definitely an episode that had me invested, had me involved. So without further rambling, I'll go on with the summary. The episode begins with these assassin ninja groups, and they're all set up to do this strategy in order to invade the hidden ninja village. And when they set up this strategy, we then cut to our heroes. And when we cut to our heroes, we see that they are doing a bit of training, but then Sanpei comes in and regroups up with Ash and the others, and when he does, he joins them all for lunch. Later on, we hear that Sanpei is very close to heading back to his ninja village home, which he hasn't been to in a long time. He mentioned it in his debut episode. He mentioned it during the Greninja stuff with Barbicle, and he mentioned it again. Yeah, so he's mentioned it several times. It's not his first time mentioning it. So it's not that it's unfamiliar. I'm glad they actually came full circle with this. Then we see that Bonnie wants to dress up as her ninja self again, which she does, so we get the return of Ninja Bonnie. And that was great to see her again. And then our heroes actually head to Sanpei's ninja village. Once Sanpei enters the ninja village with our heroes, they get introduced to some pretty funny characters. First, we get introduced to Sanpei's brothers, which I think we met one of his brothers before, but yeah, we meet up with his brothers. And when we meet up with his brothers, they're trying to be really cool. But the funny part was when we met up with the old man, because they actually took some steps that I didn't think they'd take. The old man is kind of a pervert. They don't push it really hard, but it's just enough to get, oh, he's one of those old men. He's like Jiraiya from Naruto. But it turns out that the lady is a lot like Tsunade, funny enough, because Bonnie does the same marriage gag she always does. Only this time, the ninja lady is like, yeah, I'll go with you, and then she just crumples down to her old lady form. So she's done some jutsu to keep her age looking like that, rather than her actual age, which is 100. So that was pretty funny. I liked that. I liked that attention he did. I liked all of that. So then we see that Sanpei battles one of his brothers, not the oldest brother, but the middle brother. He battles his middle brother, because Sanpei's the youngest. He battles the middle brother, and the middle brother has this Venusaur, and the battle's actually pretty cool looking. I'm kind of upset they didn't do a versus screen, but whatever. They battle, and when they battle, it's really cool animations. We can tell that this episode, even though this is part 1 to a 2-parter, they weren't going to go all lazy on us, and I'm really glad they didn't. So when the battle takes place, we actually see that Greninja gets hit with this huge solar beam, and it just looks like a Dragon Ball Z blast. It's pretty hilarious. Then after that battle is said and done, we see Team Rocket is hovering over the ninja village. So unfortunately, they're here. But the threat at hand is bigger than they are, so I'm glad that hopefully they won't be too much of a distraction. Sanpei then ends up heading to his old house where our heroes go in as well. And it's funny, while they're all talking about Sanpei and his family, Deidene and Puni-chan are just in the back screwing around, and they fall into a trapped door that's in the floor of the home. And when they do, they fall into the trap door. They try to get him out, and Clement opens up the door, falls in, and when he falls in, this is great. Deidene and Puni-chan get caught. Bonnie gets caught. Freaking Clement falls on the ground. Serena falls on Clement. Ash and the others land normally. Like, it was great. So then after all that's said and done, they're inside of the shrine. And once they're inside of the shrine, they actually learn from Sanpei's older brother about the history of these Pokemon that have impacted the village. And there's a story of a Greninja that's supposed to be like the savior Greninja, because if there's a prophecy fulfilled once every 100 years, then, there'll be a true link between trainer and Pokemon to make that Greninja. And Bonnie's actually the first one to notice that the Greninja looks different than a regular Greninja, so kudos to her for that sharp eye. And then once all of that's said and done, we see the Team Rocket's going to attack, and they get knocked out of the way, and instead an army of Skarmories come in to attack the village instead, and they're attacking the village. And once they're attacking the village, the older brothers come out and are ready to fight off, and they end up fighting off against the Skarmories. So while the invasion is happening, all of this chaos takes place. Our heroes meet up with, I'm just going to call the old man the Hokage for now, just because, and his wife. They meet up with them. And when they meet up with them, we see the assassin ninjas waste no time using this like sleep powder and smoke screen combo in order to kidnap the Hokage and his wife. So once they do that, Ash and Sanpei run after them. And I like this moment Serena has. Serena tries to go in after them as well, but they just kidnap the Hokage. They don't kidnap his wife. Serena tries to go after them, but the wife is all like, hold on, you can't, it's too dangerous, or something like that. So she takes Serena out, but Serena is still like praying for Ash. So that's a nice little more shipping moment that got added to the episode as well. And then once all of that's said and done, our heroes keep chasing them. Team Rocket winds up catching Serena somehow, as well as the wife. And then we actually see that the guy wearing the Lyron mask is the one that owns the Bisharp. And they're about to battle. And once they're about to battle, Sanpei and Ash get ready to battle the Bisharp. The episode basically ends right there on the invasion. So, I gotta say, this episode was definitely a great first-parter. When you do first-parters, you got a lot to work with, because with a first-parter, you have to make sure that you have a good setup without it being too boring. It's like, it's a setup episode which is necessary, but you still got to keep me involved enough to want to be a part of this. Otherwise, I might as well just watch part 2. There's no point in part 1 if part 2 is full of all the action and all of the things that are necessary. They could have easily just decided to be lazy with part 1 and put all of their efforts into part 2. I'm so glad that they decided to actually invest in part 2 and make it more exclusive, make it more interesting, and make things very funny and lighthearted, and then switch to that serious tone the minute the assassins bust in. So kudos to them for that. I liked all of the characters, that they each all had a moment to shine. I'm more or less talking about our heroes this time. Our heroes played big roles in this episode, all of them. Obviously, Ash is the hero. Clement was the comedic relief. I mean, that short little moment where not only did he fall on the ground, but Serena fell on top of him as a safe landing. That was a great moment. Bonnie's just full of energy because she's in her ninja outfit, so it's kind of cool to see how much spirit Bonnie has. And then, like I said, Sanpei is involved as well. He's a primary role because he's coming back to his house, which gives him a nostalgic feel, and it gives some backstory on him along with his brothers. So it was really good to actually get me invested rather than to just go, here's my hometown. Because they've done ninja episodes before. This isn't the first time Pokemon's done it. I think they did it again with what was Koga's assistant name? I don't know it. You guys can help remind me in the comment section. But they've done this this ninja deal before. It's not the first time. So I think this is the most appropriate way to come at it. And the tone, man. Once those assassin ninjas came in and attacked the village, the tone shifted from lighthearted to chaos so quickly. But it was gradually. It was still it was quickly, but it was still gradual. It was still in a gradual, nice character development way to where I was invested and involved. It didn't show off a lot of, oh well, our heroes are peaceful, then this happens. It was a nice lead in into everything. Everything felt comfortable. And I really like when episodes do that. When Pokemon decides to get serious, man, it's comfortable. And there's even a time where we all saw that this one ninja is in the back and either he's knocked out or he's dead. But we were all shocked at the fact that they would even allow that to happen because Pokemon's not supposed to be that hardcore. But when they do get that hardcore, god damn. I'm not exactly sure why the assassins are attacking. I'm sure we'll get more explanation about that next time. There's something that they're probably after that only the elder of the village knows, but the others don't. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they're up to. And obviously the next episode is the big episode because we get Ash Greninja. I mean, the previews tell you that, and the opening itself tells you that. So, decisive battle in the Ninja Village. Frogadier versus Bisharp. With that said, I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3